Peeps, I am back. I am back. I am back. It's me, GamingAubs, here in the house, the place to be. We are counting down to Overwatch 2. We're looking at probably about 2.5, maybe, yeah, about 2.5, 3 hours. So, stay tuned for that. In the meantime, I wanted to discuss something. What should today's title be? Let's say that we have women today that are really good talkers, peeps. Really good talkers. And there we go, peeps. They're very good talkers. They do a very good job at trying to, I ain't gonna say manipulate, because in this case I wasn't manipulated, but there's a lot of women out there that supposedly are looking for relationships. We've discussed this. And they do a good job talking, but they're not really confident in actually trying to pursue anything. And so when you have a man like such as myself who has standards, boundaries, it seems to get kind of lost. They tend to um they all the talk that they did tends to kind of go downhill, right? So I was talking to a woman, video, I'll post the link in the video so you can go and watch this video. I kind of did a snippet interview because she wanted to meet me. Now, I do have the screenshot. I have to see if I can pull that up, but I have the screenshot of her saying that she wanted to meet me, right? So I was okay with it, but before I meet with anyone, I video chat with them. So number one, they understand me as a person, and that way they can make their own decisions on if they want to pursue anything further. Now, I'm not the one that likes to just date. I don't just date. I think dating is for people who don't know what they like, who don't know what they want. I think it's for teenagers. As an adult, I think that you just need to find someone that you're attracted to, that's physically and sexually, and then get to know them. Well, find out about their values to make sure that their values and direction in life and their life goals match or similar to yours. And then just get to know them. That way you can get to see what they like, what they don't like, what their expectations are, and explain your expectations, right? That way you both can kind of make a decision if you want to go ahead and pursue each other. That's kind of how it should go. But unfortunately, we women and men too make these things super complicated and not so complicated. Anyways, this lady I was supposed to meet, I will name drop her. Her name is Amy Stanley. I was supposed to meet her. Well, she's supposed to come and meet me. I set a time. I even had text her that morning, let me know when you're closed. That way, because I was going to start gaming, and I wanted to make sure that I was, you know, there, ready to open up the door when she came. Well, she never came. She didn't text me. Haven't heard from her. This is supposed to have been Sunday. Okay. So I haven't heard from this lady. So Monday, I guess Monday morning, I woke up to a text message. Not a text message, I'm sorry, a message on Facebook. Yeah, go figure it's on Facebook. I woke up to a message on Facebook. I haven't read it yet, but it was super long. And that's to be expected. I'm gonna be honest with you. Me in a dating game, every time I meet a woman, when they don't want to be with me or see me, they'll and you'll see this will be a proof that they will have a freaking essay as to why they don't want to be with me, date me, or see me, or whatever the case may be, or they were supposed to come and see me and then they didn't. So instead of just saying I'm sorry, I was scared, blah blah blah, they write me a whole essay, and you're gonna see this. I haven't read it yet. Like I said, I haven't read it yet. I kind of read the first part. I was like, oh shoot, it's too long. But I decided to make a video on it because this goes to show you the stuff that I have to deal with in the dating scene, which is also the reason why I stay on my square. Now, I will say that I was very disappointed because number one, this person did not respect my time because this was a Sunday where I could have actually did Amazon Flex. They had a block for $100 some. I could have done that and did yesterday, which I did do a block yesterday, and then I wouldn't have had to do any other block for the rest of the week. But I didn't do a block because I was waiting on this person. So instead of this person just coming out and just saying, "Hey, I can't make it," or I don't think I'm ready right now, blah blah blah, and I wouldn't have been mad. I would have been like, "Okay, cool," and went on to the next person. But I'm finna use her as an example of what you don't do as a woman. If you're not ready to fully date, fully commit, stop posting on your profile you're ready to that you're looking for a relationship, because you're not. Some of y'all honestly are just looking for attention, entertainment, and sex. That's all y'all are looking for. Okay, but let's see what she has to say, because I'm interested. I'm gonna read it verbatim. Um, So as you see, her name is Amy Stanley. She's on Facebook. You can go look her up. This was sent at 3:15 in the morning. 3:15 in the morning. This is about the time. Now, luckily, I have off today, but this is about the time that I'm still asleep. So, and I wake up in 15 minutes. So imagine if I was actually working, I had to come wake up to a message like, I don't like this. This right here, super red flag. You don't message someone, an essay about, because I'm sure that this is why she's basically, I'm sure she's explaining why she didn't come. We're going to read it here in a little bit. This is what you don't do at 3:15 in the morning time. It doesn't say the actual date, but you see, I screenshotted this at 4:27 because I did wake up about 4. Well, no, I woke up about 3:30, and then I saw this. Anyways, let's go. Let's do it. All right, so let's start off. It says right here that she really wanted to says I really wanted to meet you, but yet she didn't come Sunday. You asked me all those questions, but then right at the end you said you don't deal with women with trauma. You damn right, peeps. Let me explain something to you why I don't deal with women with trauma. Because of stuff like this. When someone tells me that, I want to come and see you, and you're waiting on them, this is what happens. This is what happens when you have women with trauma. They listen. They're used to a certain type of man, which I'm the opposite of. We all seen that. We know that. I'm not into harming women. I don't believe in that. I stay on my square. I make sure that my bills are paid. So I need a woman that's going to be able to come into my space, and she needs to come into it with the mindset, hey, I want to help, be a helpmate, etc. I'm not trying to control no woman. If I feel like that you're cheating on me, I'm not going to be like some men and control you. I'm just going to get rid of you. Okay? Because I ain't got time for that shit. I think I've made this clear. I ain't got time to be monitoring women and what they're doing. If you don't know how to be in a relationship, I suggest going back to your mom and dad and asking them, how do I be in a relationship? Anyways, it says here I don't have trauma, but I was raped when I was 12, and that's how I lost my virginity. Oh, okay. So she was raped when she was young. Now, what did I say? I've said that I will never commit to a woman who's been raped. Why is that? There's a couple of things that happens. Okay, one, women like that tend to be hypersexual, meaning that they like to have sex like 2, 3 times a day. That's not me. In fact, I think I've said I like to have sex like maybe on average 3 times a week. Would love to do it every day, but unfortunately, women are not feminine enough for me to really be attracted to today's woman. I'm just saying. But not only that, they also have issues with trust. They have issues with men in general. A lot of these women who've been raped, especially at a young age, have never sought therapy, so they have not fully healed. When you look at their past relationships, they tend to go to the extremes. Unfortunately, I'm not going to just you. You could go watch the video of our speech, but These women tend to date guys super that's way older than they are, or they'll just date men that they know they'll treat them badly because that's what they like, right? She even had admitted that she liked someone that was in, well, she was with somebody. I don't say she liked, but she was with someone that was into BSMD or whatever it's called. And that ain't me. I am not even remotely even interested in that. And I've said this before, even in that video, that people that like stuff like that typically, I think, have had trauma or something. They typically can't orgasm. And this is the same thing with women who've been raped. They can't orgasm. They tend to like the oddest things. Like I've had a lot of women who've been raped ask me to choke them, like seriously, like choke them, which is a no-no for me. I've had one woman that sat there and wanted me to break into her house. She would give me a key, and then on a random night that she's not expecting, me to just show up into her house, come into her bedroom, start taking her clothes off, and start having sex. That's what she wanted. Like you want the man that you're supposed to be with to reenact the trauma that you experienced. That is not normal or healthy. So that's the reason why I don't deal with. And the other reason too with the rape thing, a lot of women that I'm gonna say all of the women I've dated or have talked to have been super aggressive. What did I say? I said I do not want to deal with women who are disrespectful, who yell at people. That is not a good thing. If you, I'm gonna put it like this: if you have a dad and you grew up with an actual father, if you didn't do it to your father, you sure the hell don't do it to your man. Okay, let's continue. Okay, she says, I love that you just want a woman to cook for you. Okay. It's sad you deserve so much more than that. Well, I'm gonna say this. Now, I'm very modest and I'm very humble. So, yeah, that's all I require because what else are you going to do? I mean, let's face facts. What else are you going to do? The world is so simple. Men have made the world so simple for women. You don't even have to clean no more. Literally, all you got to do is dust. I have a vacuum cleaner. A vacuum cleaner vacuums my floor. It mops my floor. I literally can just start install the mop attachment, go off to work, and my floor is mopped when I come home. So what else are women gonna do? Because women back in yesteryear used to do laundry. We got washer and dryer, so all you gotta do is throw your clothes in the washer. Throw some detergent, you're washing. It used to be you had to wash it by hand, right? The little scrub, you had the tub, you had the scrubber, you scrub the clothes. If you had a stain, you had to actually look at your clothes to see if there's any stains on it. And then where the stain was at, that's what you rubbed on with the soap. And then you threw it, and then some people actually had the wringer. Otherwise, you would have to wring it by hand. But we had the little wringer, which was basically two. Think of if you know what rollers are, the kitchen rollers. They're basically two rollers that stock on top of each other. You put the clothes through it, you turn it, and it wrings the water out. Super efficient. Then you put it on the clothesline to dry. That used to take a long time. Now you got washer and dryers. Okay. But what I'm saying, what else are women gonna do besides cook? I don't expect women to pay bills. If they make money, their money is theirs. I would hope that they would save some of that money so we can retire. So tell me, what else is women supposed to do? You know, um, a partner that would give you everything and treat you like a king. Well, you have to tell me what the everything is because the cooking thing is about the only thing that's left for women. I mean, I don't know what else they're supposed to do. Um, Here we go. Here we go with the excuses. I was on the way, but then I was like, you have past trauma, so what if that comes up? Will he just tell you to leave, or if you get involved and something comes up later? Will you be a liar for not saying anything because you didn't want him to stop talking to you because of it? So I'm gonna give y'all women some expert advice, super expert advice. When you're talking to a man, number one, first off, when you're getting into the dating scene, stop coming into the dating scene with dramas and traumas. That's number one. Make sure you're healed. Two, if I, even though I did say that, that would have been the time to say, hey, you know what, I have been raped. Let's have that discussion up front. Don't wait for stuff like this because, see, that could have been something that could have been discussed. And then you let the man determine. This is about as bad as women back in the day, back in the early 2000s. Women that were big or fat, I'm just going to call them fat, that were big, they used to only take pictures of their face. They would never take full body shots at all. That's the reason why it was so easy to predict if a woman was big or skinny. Because skinny women, they would take pictures, full body pictures. They would take when they went to the beach. They would post those online. They had no problems with that. It was only big women who had an issue with it, so they would, only take pictures of their face and then be confused why when a guy meets them, the guy either flakes on them or that they only see them for the one time and then they never hear from him again. And then they complain about that and he just up and stopped talking to me. Well, of course he did. Why you lied about yourself? Come on, peeps. But yeah, when you meet a man, when he says something like that, you need to be forthright with it. Let him make that decision up front. Okay, it says you kind of threw me on that, so it left me. I think that was supposed to be unsure. It's been bothering me not telling you why it didn't come. And you know what? This is the results of what happens when you're not forthright and forthcoming with stuff in the beginning, right? Be upfront with the stuff, right? Just be upfront. All right. Here we go. Get down to the last bit of it. It says, I'm not that kind of person. I'm very open, honest, and blunt, but I also didn't really want to say anything about my past because I live in the present. Yeah, that's a typical thing that women will do. This is a whole accountability thing where, women, and even with this case, if you look, you could have just said it up front at the end of the day. Even if you live in the listen, I have a past just like everybody else has a past. I talked about my daughter. I talked about what happened between me and my daughter. Does that mean I live in the past? No. It means I'm living for the present. But it's something that I brought up. That way, you know. That way, you're not surprised by where my money is going, right? Because my money is going to child support, right? I'm upfront about that stuff, so you can make your own decision on whether or not you want to rock with me or not. Let's keep it moving. Um, let's see. I don't think about stuff that can't be changed. That's good. It is super late, but I couldn't go to sleep without telling you why. So she had a guilty conscience. That's good that you have a guilty conscience. I hope you have a great day today. Don't work too hard. I like your podcast you have on Facebook. I watched the last one you did. You are very smart, very dominant, and a true man, which is rare to find these days. Oh, that's sweet. But and this is the end of it. But I wanted to bring this about just because when women ask me why I'm single, when women ask me, well, why haven't you married someone? This is the reason why. All I can do is state what I'm looking for, what I'm not looking for, my expectations, right? Some people can say, well, you should still give those type of women that have been raped. I've already done that, and nothing has come of it. I've already told you what's happened, and it happens so much that at some point you got to change who you date. Now, in this whole conversation, there was not, I am sorry for not coming to you. I am sorry for not informing you of me coming. I'm sorry I wasted your time. This goes to show you that there's this whole list, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this could have been shortened up within, she could have had like maybe 5 sentences. It could have been at least a fourth of this message, just apologizing for wasting my time. Just explaining thoroughly, hey, when you brought up the rape, I was raped. I know that's not what you wanted today, so that's why I didn't come. Um, and then she could have gave me the compliment, which is fine. I would have been more inclined to respond, but this here I can't respond to because there's no accountability. She's just basically saying that, well, this is why I didn't come because you made me, feel this way. I thought about this and all these things, but there's no, I'm sorry for wasting your time. I'm sorry that, because again, what if I would have had, this is why I don't really like going on dates. This is why men don't like going on dates because what if I had something planned for us? I actually was going to cook for her. And I even told her I was going to cook for her, but she didn't show up. Luckily for me, because I almost did this. I almost went out and bought more food, but I was like, no, let me just buy the food I got, and add to it. Because I would have wasted my money. Well, not really, but I still would have wasted money on food that I wasn't going to eat, waiting on her. But anyways, peeps, that's all I wanted to reach out and let y'all see. So when y'all question why I'm single, this is the reason why. Because I have people like this that come along. They allegedly are interested at first. They want to see me, and then all of a sudden they drop out because, oh, I said this, and instead of them being forthright about it and coming out with it right then and there, right? But this also keep in mind too. This is gonna be this right here, first impressions. I wouldn't be able to date this person because I'm gonna tell you right now, this based upon what she just did. What happens later on? We start dating, actually, in a committed relationship, and I say something or do something. So instead of her addressing it right then and there, it's, well, I'm just gonna bow out. Oh, I'm just gonna leave. Because that's what women have done. They have literally left me instead of actually addressing whatever the issue was. Because they figured it was the easy way out. This is why I said today's modern women are very weak. They don't want to actually discuss things. When something happens, they don't want to talk about stuff. It's just, oh, I'm just gonna find a reason to break up with him. I'm gonna bring up problems. I'm gonna create problems. That way, I can just leave. And I even said that in the video and even to her about it. But anyways, I'm out of here. Peace. We're gonna get ready for Overwatch 2. Y'all take care. Peace, and I am gone.